So, tell me, what do you think is the worst thing about being an English major?
I think the worst thing is being worse at other subjects after enter the English major. I think you relate to that too.
Yeah, we will focus on English like solely most of the time, and then we kind of forgot about studying other subjects. Yeah. I think I kind of give up after a while because it's so competitive. Yeah. Okay. But
talking about studying, where are the other students? I mean the hosts.
I remember Jom telling me that he's gonna take me to dance class. And I would like to see that, like the muscle dance. But Kim is gonna be, he's supposed to be here.
Don't tell me he's gonna be late again.
And he's gonna be late.
Oh, no. Like, what's wrong with this class? I think every time somebody is late or somebody is absent, I think I'm the only one who is present, like in all lessons. Good student.
Okay, but I think we need to start the show. So
yeah, right.
Let's get to the studio.
Vị đó, Trang Tẩy, Uy Lệ,
Nhung,
Nước Thắng.
IFOS Show Season 11 is partnered with British University Vietnam.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us introduce to you our unbeatable quarter of hosts. First up is the enchanting Nhung, a true Libra and a princess in her own right. The next Libra host, the energetic and comedic Uile. He knows how to bring the laughter and keep the energy high. Joining them is a handsome Pisces, Kim. He possesses a wealth of knowledge and wit. Last but certainly not least, we have Joe, another Libra who not only knows how to master words, but also how to move with finesse.
Hi, can I join?
why are you here?
I thought you're not supposed to be here today.
Yeah.
I'm trying my best to be here because I feel really grateful being with you. So I'm trying to spend my time with all of you.
Wow.
Are you still taking your
I think
exams?
he left and alone
Yeah.
in the
dance
studio. Well, do you have like something coming up later, like a test or something?
I have to be honest, I will have a test in like the next 20 minutes.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
But I will be here. I think it's gonna be okay, and I'm really confident about my English skills, and this is gonna be an English test.
Ah, that's gonna be fine, yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Can you guys wish him good luck? And now we're gonna start the show. So once again, I'm gonna say that beloved slogan. Welcome to IELTS Face-Off
Studio!
John, is there any specific reason why you insisted on staying?
Before coming to Foreign Trade University, my dream school in high school was British University Vietnam.
Ah.
And I also got the talent scholarship. I really like the environment and everything about it. But after time, I just don't think that I will fit with the major that I chose. It is pretty fun, but it just will not fit me. Contemporary creative practice, and it's kind of hard. So yeah, I'm here with all of the mathematics stuff in Foreign Trade University, but still good, right? Good.
Yeah, I bet you're gonna love meeting our special guest for How Do You Do session today. She's an excellent student from BUV, your once dream school. Yeah, and please welcome Phương Anh.
Hi everyone, and for host of today, my name is Đỗ Thị Phương Anh and I'm the winner of the Lighthouse Scholarship 2021 at British University Vietnam.
That's cool.
But I had a year of gap to improve my English.
So during your gap year, what did you do to improve your English?
I think before answer the question, I will tell a little bit about my journey to English.
Yes, we'd
That
love to hear that.
I was raised at SOS Children Village, Hải since I was born. And when I just a child, my mother always educated me that you have to study at least one language, especially English, because it will help you to train the future to like develop further. And I think since then I have a really big passion in English, and I study English really hard. But until I came to the middle school, the grammar and the vocabulary became was more complicated and numerous. But the teaching method at that time, it didn't match with me. So I gradually lost my foundation and my passion for English when I was in grade 12, and I was aware that, oh my God, I need to graduate. I need to choose like three subjects to like graduate, and English is one of them. But my grammar at that time was like really bad, and I had to study from day to night, found many other methods to suitable with me, and I just think it's the end of my study, just waiting for the score and like go to study in other university out there. But in a day, I found BUV and the Lighthouse Scholarship. At that time, actually, I was a bit hesitant because my profile is not good. I still try to prepare my profile and everything to apply the scholarship for 1 week. That's and also in that time, my passion for English, it came back right. It's luckily that I won the scholarship, and BUV also gave me an opportunity to study IELTS, which I never dreamed of. After I concluded English, I studied at BUV, and my English has improved a lot since I studied at BUV. That I think at the moment, my English is not the best. I only achieved 6.5, but I still proud of it because it's the result of my hard working.
It's a very interesting story because I think for most audience member, when you go to IELTS Face-Off, you meet a lot of, top scorers, people who have achieved a 9.0. But this is a story I think a lot of people can relate to as well, because you're fighting against a lot of difficulties. What kind of access did you get to start getting better at English?
Actually, I study English in many methods because I used to lose my foundation. So when I study IELTS, I didn't know where should I begin. Because it's quite difficult for a person, like vocabulary is in the middle, but the grammar and other skills, like it's just in foundation. It's quite so difficult for me at that time. Because why this method suitable for everyone, but why it doesn't work for me? But after try, I aware that you just need to try until you find the most suitable method for you. So don't force yourself to be the same as anyone else. So after trying and other methods, and I aware that I really love to study English on Facebook and during I surfing the internet. And when I watch some movie, when they oh my God, I pronounce it wrong. So I will mimicking it and I will repeat it until I good. And besides, I use some apps to study vocabulary.
Did you guys have any other methods when you were starting to learn English? Did you have any like unorthodox ways that you learn English that is different from other people?
For me, I would have a personal notebook in which I record all the like remarkable words. Like I encounter a lot of new words every single day, so I just kind of sort out what kind of words I think is going to be useful for the future, like will stand me in good stead when I need them for writing or speaking. So I'm going to keep them in a special notebook.
How about you guys?
I prefer to use flashcards. Like, I think it is really easy for me to, I don't know, but it's fun. So I feel really enjoyable when learning it. And I also apply a lot of, different kinds of methods, like she has said, but sometimes it didn't work for me. So I used to have like a role model who is really good at English. And then after watching her or him, I could try to mimic his accent or try to like use their words. I think that there's a very famous term called learning by copying, which means that when you fake it until you make it. You try to be like them, to say things like them, and then you will find your own ways of speaking. So that's my way.
My first contact with English, I think it was also a lot of other people's first contact with English. It was Disney Channel. It shaped my English today. And before I actually learned English at school, at secondary school, I watched a lot of cartoons on Disney Channel ever since I was in primary school. So it kind of shaped my English. I think every one of us has a different approach, right? And the important thing is to figure out which type of learner you are. Probably you're a visual, auditory, tactile, or like I don't even remember all the names, but like find just figure out which type of learner you are and just find the appropriate method for you. I believe your story is really relatable to those of a lot of audience live in the studio now. So I would love to hear one question or probably two from our audience, please.
As you have mentioned before, like you used to be a person that is not really good at English, right? So have you ever been like looked down on because of you bad at English? And how did you do to overcome that difficulty time?
Actually, at first when I lost my foundation, as I tell you guys, I feel really depressed because I love English, but at that time I also really hate English because I couldn't find that. Where should I begin? That, but my mother always educated me that English is really important, and whenever I wanna like give up, my mother always like motivate me. You have to study English because English is very important, and that I just try to find method and try my best and study hard to like conquer the English. And actually, when I can speak English fluently, I feel like, oh my God, I can do it. Totally, I can do it after many difficulties. I think it's a really good feeling.
I see. Yeah, thank you.
So yeah, to sum up, my favorite quote in Vietnamese is "Kỷ sở bất dục vật thi ưu nhân," which means that if you do not want to treat badly, do not treat badly to others. It means that if you guys have any like judging or some like bad thoughts to someone who is speaking and trying to speak English, that would be kind of not really good. So if you do not want to be looked down on, just do not look down on anyone and just take baby steps to your learning. Always believe in yourself, and to hear these incredible and inspiring stories. Thank you for coming to us, and I really hope that you will always be the lionheart of your life. Thank you.
Right? Thank you for wrapping up, but I think you forgot something. Your exam! Come on!
I knew it, but like I'm trying to be calm.
Procrastinator.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna.
Our school is strict.
I'm a Libra, so yeah, it's
Just chill, right?
good. Chill.
Anyway,
Good luck. Thank you.
See ya.
Hi, I'm Minto, the new musketeer of IELTS Face-Off Season 11. And here I am on a beautiful day in a beautiful place. Can you guess where I am? I'm in a place where I cannot be any more familiar with foreign language specialized school, more commonly known as chuyên ngữ. Every year, tens of thousands of candidates competed for a slot in this school, and I was no exception. 5 years ago, I got admitted to this school. But it really got me thinking, would I still recommend my, children or siblings or cousins to take the same path as I did? That's a question that I cannot figure out. Which is why we're gonna find by exploring the opinions of students of the school. Let's go! Hi everyone, it's nice to meet you guys. Could you introduce yourself?
Hi guys, I'm Thảo and I'm a 12th grader from CNN.
Hello, I am Khánh and I'm also a 12th grader from CNN.
My name is Nguyễn Bảo Trần and he's
Yeah, I'm Nguyễn Khánh Toàn.
And we both come from the same class.
I'm To Thanh Mai from class 10A3.
I'm Trần Minh Ngọc and I'm a 12th grader at the Foreign Language Specialized School.
I'm Lan Nhi and I'm also a senior here at FLSS.
Could you briefly describe your preparation process for the school?
I would say that unlike a lot of students who got into my school, I didn't spend that much time studying. A lot of my friends have told me that they started their journey to study for this school ever since like 8th grade, 9th grade. I started during the last stretch of middle school, which was around March and April of just before the entrance exam. Well, I took a lot of specialized classes for training. For the materials, I asked my peers and my teachers.
I'd say it was not nearly as heavy on the English as like maths or literature, because like my subjects were tanking. It was really bad.
Okay, but when did you start to really prepare for the school?
I'd say like April of that year.
My process to get into the school is very chill. Yeah, very chill, because I have started preparing to get into the school from the 6th grade, because my school, my secondary school, they have a special program for students who want to get into specialized school.
Well, I only really started formally taking classes for English specialized test in my 9th grade, which was later than most of my peers, but I already had quite a solid foundation before, so it was only really rigorous in the final stages.
I guess my situation is just quite different from the peers that I have talked to, because I feel like I was relaxed.
For me, it's more of a long stretch process where I would study since 6th or 7th grade just to get into high school. But again, it's still not such an arduous process where I'd grind every single day.
Would you recommend that same path like preparing for English specialized school for your siblings or your later generations?
I think so, yeah, because I think 2 years before the test would be the perfect timing for anyone who want to get into English specialized school or any schools for the gifted.
The answer to that question would be a yes. I believe it is a good thing to challenge yourself and to strive for excellence. As I've said, I spent a really short amount of time, juggling between classes at the last stretch of middle school. And that, I feel like that affected my personal view of studying to get into specialized schools a lot, mainly because it took an insane toll on my physical health. I had to, like, at some point I had 11 extra classes per week, and that was some of the most exhausting times of my life, where as like the day before I took the CNN entrance exam, I stayed up until 3 a.m. just like looking over everything that I've learned. And I feel like if you don't have the health for it, I definitely don't recommend spending so much like physical energy and sacrificing your health, because your well-being is still should be your first priority. Yeah.
I'd say no.
Why?
Well, I mean, like, for example, you've got to have a certain degree of like natural talent, even if you do try very hard. Because if you lack that talent, like, you're not going to be a good fit for the school, for one, and you're not going to be able to get into the school, for two. And also you have to consider, like, as a middle schooler, like, if you choose to specialize and invest in a certain subject, you're gonna have to accept the trade-off that all of your other scores are not gonna be as good. My chemistry like finals went up to like 6.4 because of I didn't participate in that class that much because of specialized schools.
I think the same. Yeah, because it's up to each individual, because you have to have the innate ability. It's not for everyone. Yeah.
I also feel like when you take the decision, you make the decision to like go into like a specialized school, you should also take a lot of things into consideration. For example, like your mental health may be highly influenced when during the training process. You might have to like sacrifice a lot of your own time with your friends and family, and even time to take care of yourself to like get your tasks done. And I feel like it should be something that candidates, like potential candidates, should take into consideration before they decide to take on this long journey.
Thank you, and that's all. See you guys. So we've heard some very conflicting points from the current students of FLSS. What about the host? What conclusions do you have for me? I'm curious.
Alright, so let's welcome the real debater into the debate section, Minh Châu!
Hi everyone, welcome back. It's me again.
You welcome me?
Yes,
Okay.
welcome back to the studio. Please have a seat.
So what is the topic that you brought to us today?
The topic is fighting for English specialized high school. Is it worth it?
Oh.
Isn't all of us are from English specialized classes, right?
Am I going to have a problem if I say no to this?
I kind of feel like I betray my old high school if I say no, it's not worth it.
Because actually, back then when I was just like a newbie of high school, my mom used to threaten me to make me transfer to a public school. And this is because of the hectic schedule, like the schedule of a specialized high school student is way too packed and very like detrimental to your health at first when I failed to adapt. So at that particular moment, I had to seriously question myself whether it was all worth it without having the spot in my dream school. Which is why I'm here bringing the trauma to all of you.
So are you saying it's not worth it?
Not quite.
So which side are you on?
Which side are you on?
I would say it's worth it.
Oh, it's worth it.
Yeah. Oh, so I'm on your side.
So to be fair, it should be the three of us against her. Like, she's the real debater. She's the real debater.
Oh, really?
Oh, she is. Yeah,
but she said it's worth it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth it, but it's gonna be fine if I say it's not worth it for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pick the not worth it side just because I always try to pick the hard side.
Oh, love the spirit. So probably I would go for your side.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys want to switch place, or you want to switch place with me?
You guys want to be in the same side?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably that makes sense.
Okay. So.
Okay.
Did I?
Okay, debating side. No more Libra. Okay.
Seriously, I felt like a real debater here, and then someone who's really like to argue.
No, I don't like to argue. I like to debate. There's a difference, guys. But so I think let's start with this. Being a specialized student, it's very hectic.
Yeah.
You have to be very focused on it. It's very competitive. And I remember this. There was back then when I was in high school, it was that time of the national kind of best student test, I would say. And my class, it got a different vibe, you know? Every day was really fun. Everybody went to school. We were like enjoying ourselves. But those days, I was afraid, you know, because all of my classmates start to be very competitive. They start to pack up. I remember one kid, she had like one dictionary on this side, some Macmillan, one dictionary is a Cambridge, one dictionary on her head, on the top of her head, it's like Oxford or something.
Yeah.
And that kind of create this tension. And I remember I was like, why do we have to be so stressful over studying? And there's also a slant towards studying English too much, that you start to lose focus on other subjects as well. So that was a problem for most of the specialized class. Like I myself was kind of a victim of that. I would say it's my fault, but at the same time, there's a slant. So if it works for you, it works, but is it worth it? Is this something that everyone should glorify? I don't think so.
But are we talking about the battle after you get into the class, or the battle to get into the class?
I think the battle to get into the class. Yeah,
I think it's totally worth it. Like I myself fought with my own life, my whole life for a place in a English specialized class of my high school. Looking back, I'm not regret at all. Probably because I made it. but I think even if I didn't make it, I would have been proud of myself for fighting so hard, and also for like pushing my limits to see like how far could I get, and like explore my new what?
Your new limit?
Your new limits, because I don't want to repeat the words. Okay.
To push the boundaries. Push the boundaries.
Yeah, push the boundaries.
Yeah.
And of course, if you manage to make it into the class, you have a lot of privileges.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you're studying for the national exam for the gifted student. Yeah, you will be excluded from all the other subjects. You won't have to study.
But isn't that
anymore.
Part of the problem I'm saying? You know, it's the slant towards the only subject you specialize in and not the other subjects.
But then you are accepted straight into your dream university. That's such a big privilege. Like not so many people get to enjoy.
But that would only happen if you get admitted to your specialized high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. But obviously without getting that slot, probably you're risking your bet getting into a high school, like without mentioning the university. You're a top tier public high school is already a talent if you're way too focused on your English or any other languages. So probably the debatable RAM here is, firstly, is English when we get the chance to like intensively train to prepare for this test, is it worth it? Would it benefit you in the long run? And probably another thing is, do you win anything other than language skills during that process without getting the slot?
Yes. You have to grow a lot. Like you have to make a big decision of your life. Of course, anything that is covetable comes with a great risk. So you have to make the decision whether you really want it or not. And are you ready to face the consequence of not achieving it?
High risk, high return, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so the first question you mentioned, is it worth it to just you said to focus on English, right? Actually, I think to be able to be admitted to like specialized schools, not only do you have to take part in English exams, but also, you will also have to take part in mathematics, literature, and probably other subjects as well. And then your total score is good enough to get into the school. Of course, probably your English scores will be doubled. I think so, right? So they'll a little bit like kind of focus on those specialization that you choose, but you will also need to be good at other subjects as well. So I don't think it's like a total focus on just English. And the second question that you said, have we earned anything else besides language skills? I believe 4 of us here, we have got out of, you know, like the English specialized classes, and we know that we do earn much more than English.
Stop lying to yourself.
Yeah, just reflect on yourself. Like, first of all, you learn the persistence to pursue your dream, whether you achieve it or not, but you know that you have to push your limits, push your boundaries, just like you said, to achieve your dreams, to realize your goals. And I think not just in English, but in other aspects of life, that persistence is the key. It's an important thing that you can kind of hone when you try to get into English or any kind of other subject specialized schools. So yeah, to address your 2 questions, I think it's all worth it.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here to say that I got into specialized school, like specialized class, but I didn't try that much to get into it, to be honest. It was a stroke of luck, I think, because when I aimed, back then, when I aimed for the school, I aimed for a public school. And then that was like 7 different schools that you would apply to. And then the 4th school I applied to was Leon Form High School for the Gifted, just for fun, just for laughs, because I didn't think I would get it. And then I got it, surprisingly. So I was not in preparation to be in that, you know, mindset at all. It's definitely got its perks, like you guys were saying. But I mean, psychologically, you know, for someone who was only there to enjoy, to have fun. And I was a very different student. Like I realize now I love to study, but back then I didn't love studying in the way that most students like. I think that's also a caveat when we were talking about a specialized class. I agree with all the perks, but at the same time, maybe you have to be in that class and also scoping out for other activities and extracurricular activities or any way to like step out of your comfort zone as well?
Personally, I think, yeah, it's worth it, obviously, because I grow thanks to it. But for the young students who are aiming for that school, probably it's something that you need to consider seriously because it's getting increasingly competitive. Our days, it's already so competitive to a point that there was not a single day I questioned my chance at getting the slot. So probably.
I think we all established that it's worth it if it's our goal and not somebody else's. But the sweet part is you can also start again. It just a little bit of it feels like a delay, but also all of the accumulation of knowledge you have over the years still worked out. I went from being English major to like studying graphic design. And then after 10 years of doing advertising and stuff, I started becoming a comedian. I sing along the way too, but then when I sing, people thought it was funny, so that's why I'm a comedian. So I think that whole journey, even though you feel like you're walking around in different directions, at one point when you realize what your calling is, everything just works out. All of the things that you accumulated before still help you one way or another. And I think just we hope that you find your goal, your pure goal, your core motivation, and that will be the way to go. And that's totally worth it all the time.
So no matter what chuyên you're aiming for, probably chuyên Anh, chuyên Trung, or some other subjects, just find your goal, invest in it, and grow from it, right?
Agree.
Okay.
So I guess they win. Let's give them a round of applause, guys.
So we all agree that there are a lot of pros and cons to studying in a specialized class, and whether it is beneficiary to you or not, it's up to your goal and your dream in life. So I hope you guys draw a lot of conclusion from this debate and find out what you really want. And thank you, Min Cho, so much for coming here today. And yeah, I think you might want to join your beloved teammates on Living the Studio.
It's Zone 9. You forgot your role.
Oh, this is my first time hosting that, so I forgot about that. Okay, see you guys. See you.
Bye.
Wow, okay, so this is IELTS Zone 9. Very interesting, so high-tech. I feel so proud to be here. This is my first time, and this is the time we're going to be talking about tips and idioms and meeting with an expert. This is going to be a beloved expert from Season 8. He's going to be Michael Lomax. Please help me welcome him. Okay, welcome Michael again. Thank you so much for being here. Can I call you Mickey?
Yeah,
of course. Fine, yeah, of course. Yeah, and I would love to have a little chat with you before because we haven't met each other. Yeah. So what's your background? What's your story?
Yeah, so I've been in Hanoi for 4 years now. Before that I was in the UK. I lived in Manchester, in London for a little bit, and in Newcastle, which is in the right of the north of the UK near Scotland. So really cold and wet and rainy places.
Okay. So coming up of that point, let's talk about tips, because of course I think everyone loves tips, and tips. A lot of tips. I love tips. Please give it to me. But anyway, I think let's talk about some writing tips for today. What do you think is the first mistake that most beginners make when they write an essay?
They're not prepared and they're not planned. So you've got lots of ideas going on in your head, but there's been no preparation work for that. So starting on a blank page, which is literally just a blank page, for me, I feel is always a bad idea because you don't really know what direction you're trying to go in.
Yeah.
So if you can structure what it is that you're trying to say in your essay, if you can create like a pre-structure before you begin to write the essay, even if that's some notes or some keywords or things like that, you know what your beginning, middle and end is going to look like in your head. That's going to help you go from that. You know, it's the same, you know, it's the same as what we're doing now, you know, with this TV show. We have a structure in place. We have a beginning, we have a middle, and then we have the end.
Yeah.
That's really important, and it's exactly the same with writing. You need to have this structure that, even if it's a loose structure, that you can follow and you can keep on the right track.
Yeah, so for all these writing tips, I hope that has been helpful to you guys. Now we're going to head to the next part, which is idioms. So guys, we are back with idioms of the week. We're gonna be guessing the idioms of the week today. We're gonna be taking turns. So do you want to draw first or guess first?
I'll draw first.
Okay.
So I can get it out the way.
Okay. So you can pick your word as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I wish I could take a picture.
You have to begin somewhere.
So those two things are feet, not hands.
Oh God. Oh.
And
is there an arrow from the eye, or is
it that's an arrow.
I'm wondering why you have to draw both feet. So is that like a part of it? So it's feet, not foot, right?
Yeah, it's feet, not foot, for sure. That's why I did two, because it's plural.
Eyes on your feet.
Eyes on your feet. What would you do with your eyes? What are your eyes good for doing?
Like seeing.
Seeing.
See feet. Look at feet. See, look, watch feet. Observe feet. See the feet. Is that an idiom?
Yeah, no. Not an idiom. No. It's nothing about people watching feet.
I give up.
Okay. This is a hard one, but here you go.
What? Find my feet.
Hopefully the audience got it and saw through my great piece of art.
Now, as the graphic designer, I would have to give you tips because you should have drawn like the magnifying glass. Yeah, like that would be fine. Like why did you give me the eye and an arrow? And the arrow is like slanted like this.
Yeah, okay, so finding my feet, it's sort of when you're starting to feel comfortable in a new or sort of a new foreign, just a new sort of situation. Yeah, new environment, a new situation. Okay, your turn.
I feel like I talked like the big game, but now I'm gonna like, oh God. Now I'm gonna be the one bad at drawing. Okay.
Take the pen.
Okay.
Let's show the audience first.
Okay.
I feel like there's some type of sound wave going somewhere, or that's a voice.
Yeah, but look at the action, you know. So what is this person doing?
Oh, this is a person. Okay.
This is the action, you know. Yeah, you need a verb. But this is
we got a calendar, we got a date.
And you have somebody
calling. We got calling.
Like the second and the third word is kind of like it's basically the fillers, but the last word you can also kind of
is the date, is the calendar, is it later, is the month?
It's not a month, it's
a day. Oh, call it a day. Oh, okay. We're tired, we're going to call it a day. I've been working till 2 AM studying for my IELTS exam tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm sleepy now.
Yeah.
Let's call it a day.
Okay, guys, so I hope you found your feet in the world of idioms, but now let's call it a day and move on to the next topic, which is do and don'ts. And we're going to be giving you the do and don'ts for the writing test 2 today. I'm going to start with the do and you're going to go with the don'ts. Is that okay for today? So do start each paragraph with a topic sentence.
Okay, so the first don't today is don't repeat the same vocabulary throughout your essay. Okay, that's something that you should avoid.
Yeah. So the next do is to summarize the points made in the essay in the conclusion.
Yeah, totally agree. Okay, so the final don't is don't use overgeneralizations. So a couple of examples is where you're using things like everyone, always, never, and all. You know, try not to do that.
All right, so that's it for all the do and don'ts for writing test 2 for today. Thank you so much for sharing your points, and I hope that has been helpful for all the students. But now I think let's meet somebody else. This is gonna be a very exciting segment. I always enjoy watching a new competitor. So it's time for Voice of the Week, and today we'll be meeting a new contestant. Are you guys ready? Let's take a look.
It's funny because I'm actually a member of a student art club, so I'm pretty much surrounded by colors every single day. But last summer, I had the opportunity to organize an art exhibition with my fellow members, and the theme of the exhibition was about what summer looks like through the artistic lens of each individual's. It was an indoor exhibition in this cozy studio space on top of a small cafe in Hanoi.
Please help me welcome Helen.
Hello.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Are you excited for the speaking test?
I'm a bit nervous since I haven't done this for a long time, but yeah, I will try my best.
But I'm pretty sure you're going to do a great job, right?
Yeah.
Okay, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Let's get started with Voice of the Week.
Okay, welcome to the studio, Ling. Pleasure to have you here. Welcome back to the IELTS speaking zone. Where have you come from today? Are you from Hanoi? Or?
Yeah, I'm from Hanoi.
Ah,
so,
fantastic.
Yeah.
So, we're going to start off with the speaking part 1, and this is about tea and coffee. So, are you ready to get into it?
Yeah.
Okay, so first question is, do you prefer to use tea or coffee to serve your guests?
Well, obviously, it would probably depends on the guest. I mean, it would be a more polite thing to do if I asked them beforehand, do you like tea or do you like coffee? Because some people might not be a big fan of tea, or some people might not like coffee a lot. So yeah.
So when was the last time you had a cup of coffee or a cup of tea?
Well, this morning actually, because I pulled an all-nighter yesterday, so I had to have coffee to stay alert this morning. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I have a coffee every day. So that's the end of speaking part 1. We're going to get into speaking part 2 now. So this is about clothes. So you're going to get 1 minute to prepare and then 2 minutes to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so your 1 minute is starting now. Time is up. You got 2 minutes. Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, take it away.
Right, so I'm going to talk about an article of clothing, or an accessory rather, which is my scarf. This is something that I wear very often in the winter. So my scarf is sage color, so it's this kind of pale greenish, grayish kind of color, and because it is made out of cotton yarn, so it feels very soft and comfortable to wear. What's so cool about this scarf, it's also very long and wide, so not only can I wear it and wrap it around my neck, I can also drape it over my legs to keep myself warm. And what's so special about this scarf though is actually the story behind it. So my best friend crocheted it for me as a farewell gift before she moved to another country. Yeah, so I specifically asked for this scarf to be made in her favorite color because I knew that we would be thousands of miles away from each other. So I wanted to have something that carries her essence to remind me of her whenever I miss her. But normally I would opt for something that is a little bit more chic, like a plain black scarf, not a green and flowery one. But overall, I think my scarf, not only my scarf is very fashionable, functional, and also versatile, my scarf has a lot of sentimental values.
Okay. You have 20 seconds left. You want to say anything more in the final 20 seconds?
I guess not.
Okay, no worries. Lovely hearing about your scarf.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to finish up with the final part. What kind of clothes do most people wear in your country, Vietnam?
I think it's hard to reach a consensus on one kind of clothing that people wear, but I think the typical Vietnamese style is a mix between like traditional clothing like áo dài and a more modernized clothing like t-shirt, jeans, etc. So I guess it really depends on, you know, the settings of what you're talking about. So,
yeah, sure. Great.
All right, congratulations on finishing your test. How do you feel right now?
I feel a lot better. Yeah.
I know it's a lot of anxiety. This is on national television, you guys. Be reminded. But don't be anxious. No, it's no worry at all. But I think you did a great job, and I hope that has been also some key learning points for everyone watching to see the experiences that how she maneuvered the test. So thank you so much for the test, and I hope that you will be you're in the running of becoming one of the winners of Voice of the Week to receive the special scholarship with 50% off tuition for undergraduates from PUV. Hopefully you will be one of the winners. I'm rooting for you. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now let's get back to the studio.
Right, it's finally playtime. We have some games with our audience live in the studio. But before that, I think we have to welcome Enrile back, right?
Yeah.
Enrile, where are you? Hey, come here.
Hello. For alphabet challenge, in which we'll choose a category, take turns to name every single word in that category in the alphabet order. Like for example, I'm starting with the A and you B, C, D. Okay.
Okay, got it. Let's get the game started. Starting from?
So, what is the first category?
Jobs.
Let's start with something easy.
Jobs.
Jobs, like occupation. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Actress.
Actress.
Businessman.
Businessman, yeah.
Chef. I haven't come up with anything, so I'm a pass. Doctor.
Doctor, yeah.
Engineer.
Oh, that's good.
Face model.
Oh, face model.
Face model. Face model. Geography.
I think it's a geologist.
Hairdresser.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you.
Idol.
Idol, yeah.
Idol. Oh no, too.
Judge.
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 Judge. Oh,
Yeah.
judge.
Excellent.
That's a good one. KOC. Lawyer.
I have no idea, so I can pass.
Okay.
Pass. Model.
Model. Okay, good.
Nurse.
Nurse. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
That's a wrap to our interactive game. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
And I think it's also a wrap to our episode. Thank you so much for coming to the studio today, and we wish to see you guys in our next episode.